But yeah, I think I just stayed immature for a long time. But also, I think that's what gave me this kind of naive hope that I could get what I wanted out of the world before just giving in and getting a job and like, oh, dreams are stupid. Dreams are for kids. Once you're 19, get rid of those dreams. Like, I'm glad I was immature enough to pursue them, and then mature enough to focus when it counted to make it work. It still took too long.
Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Not jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. With Rudy Tybersi.
What is up, my friends? Hello, this is Rudy Tybersi coming at you with another episode of Jokes in the Gym, episode 74, baby. What a great number. My high school football number, the average age of most of my clients' number, and just a cool number, 74. I've been getting after it for 74 consecutive weeks here on JATG. I've never called it that with my mouth, but I did just now because, you know, when you do 74 episodes, you don't have time to say the entire episode title, do you? Even though it's the same amount of syllables, JATG, Jokes and the Gym, same amount of syllables. There we go. I'm just gonna get into it. I'm excited this week. I've got a big week. It's busy. It's busy. It's a busy week, and I know a lot of us get in the habit of saying stuff like, "Oh, how you doing? I'm busy. I'm busy." What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean I don't want to talk to you? Does that mean that's why I haven't called you lately? Is that what I'm busy means? What does I'm busy mean to you? When you say I'm busy, does that mean I'm trying to impress you? I'm trying not to tell you how depressed I am. I'm trying to hide my hatred of life with overactivity levels. I don't know. I don't feel that way. I hope you don't feel that way either, but those are the common traps we kind of fall into, right? If we're acting like, oh, we got no time, because there's time. There is time available. I still have time available, but I have to be careful with what I do with my available time. Finding out more and more about my energy levels and protecting them, because while I may have time to do things, I don't always have the energy to do those things, and the time that's available does not align with some of the stuff I want to do. You know, I haven't been prioritizing mics as much because it's late at night, and that interrupts my sleep. It gets in the way of it. It makes my ability to serve my clients worse. It makes my ability to think in the mornings worse. It makes my potential workouts the next day not quite as juiced. You know what I'm saying? When you're out at night all the time and you're stressed, even if it's something you enjoy, even if it's something you like, it takes its toll on you. And so I just can't bounce back like I once could. And so I'm being careful with my time and choosing wisely. I got a little prep done for the podcast last night, so I could enjoy some of my time with my friends this week, who I've got visitors. That's one of the things that's super busy this week. It's the last week of the month. I've got visitors. My caseload of clients is pretty full, and it's all converging kind of on the same day. And so I have to prepare for it wisely. And I can't just say yes to everything like I always kind of like I've done in the past, like I've wanted to more so historically. So that's something that I feel good about, a change that I've made in my life. I'm making a change to be more mindful of what I say yes to. And that I hope you do too. What are some things that you've said no to recently? What's something that you've passed on or said no to or said maybe later because you were being thoughtful about what your needs were and not just saying yes to everybody? So I don't know. Think about that or don't. Doesn't matter. Whatever. I was talking with one of my friends at the Y. She was like giving me some ideas. She's like, I think you should consider these workouts where like you like say, oh, there's some weights over there. You can go pick them up or not. Whatever. Just bring me that weight over there while you're over there. Come on, just do that. And I was like, I kind of do that. Like I'm not doing the work for you. I give you the opportunities to improve your strength, improve your health. I give you the outlines, the guidelines, the structure of how to do that. And then it's your choice whether you do it or not. And that's kind of what health is, isn't it? You choose, you know what you need to do, more or less. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of voices, a lot of information out there. But what do you need to do? You need to move your body. You need to eat whole foods, get good sleep, and repeat. Make sure there's protein in there. Make sure you're connecting with other people. Pet a dog, trim some blackberries, go outside, breathe some fresh air, take a shower, all that kind of stuff. And then go to bed and do it again. You just do that until you're dead, right? Eat, sleep, work out, repeat, die. That's the plan. I'm sorry if I just burst your bubble. You're gonna die. Whoops. Me too. We're all gonna die. So might as well enjoy stuff while you're here, right? That's how I'm saying. That's why. And I hope to enjoy stuff this week. Like I said, I got a lot of clients this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, got full schedules. Thursday especially. I have one friend coming into town, a good friend, Rob from the Insiders. He's hanging out with another friend, Matt, another Korea friend. Love it, stoked, pumped. And then good old Jeffrey the Giraffe from Winnipeg, Manitoba, a mountain of a man, my good friend. Love of my Korean life. We got so much done together in Korea, went to so many places, had so many fun times, drank so many beers, and had a rip roaring good time. So I'm excited to see these guys hanging out for a while this week. I'm super duper pumped. Another thing that I'm excited about this week is my good pal Kyle Kinane is back in town. He's coming to Eugene again after many years away, and I'm excited that he's back. He's at the Olsen Run Comedy Club Thursday and Friday. What are those days? Oh, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 29th, 30th, and 31st of May, 2025. And I'll be excited to do a couple guest sets on the late shows on Friday and Saturday. So if you want to see some shows, have some jokes be told to you, come check it out. It doesn't get much better than Kyle. And I'm super jizzy jazzed to be back on that show, to be on some bills with my pal Kyle. When he asked me, I was super freaking delighted. And so I'm hopeful that people will come out, have good times. Of course they'll come out. This guy brings the pain everywhere he goes, touring, headlining, telling jokes, slanging yarns. He loves those yarns. And today I'm going to revisit the episode 50 where he was on the show. So I pulled a couple clips, haven't really listened to them, but we're going to listen to them again, and then we'll get right to it. We'll get after it. We're going to town, getting some shows done. So check out olsenrun.com. I think that's all the website is, but if not, just Google Olsen Run. Google olsenrun.com, Olsen Run Comedy Club in Eugene, Oregon, and get some tickets for this weekend. Also got another show on Saturday, a clean show. That'll be fun. Bleepin' Funny Saturday, last Saturday of every month. Leanne Jashway does an awesome show over at Sam Bond's called Bleepin' Funny. I love chatting, telling jokes to my friends at 5 p.m. without curse words. Who needs a freaking curse? You know what I'm saying? So, without any further ado, let's check out a past conversation with the one and only Kyle Kinane.
With Rudy Tibersi.
We talk about the gym. Look at the guns. Kyle's bringing them out.
No guns.
No, we've talked in the past a bit about the work you do in the gym to get in better shape. You've done a couple things here and there. What is it like these days for you? Are you getting out there? What are you doing?
I lifted some dumbbells yesterday. I got some 15-pound dumbbells I bought probably 20 years ago that occasionally I look at and lift up in a repetitive manner for a brief period of time.
Heck yeah.
I do have one of those pull-up bar iron gyms, those elaborate clothes hangers.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes
dip in a pull-up thing on there.
Bar, yeah, and I dangle off that sometimes. I just
Feels
dangle
good.
from it. Feels good to dangle. Sometimes I can get about 3 pull-ups in there if I really want it to.
Oh yeah, baby.
But then just bicycles. I just got loads. I'm going to go bicycle after this, even though I'm looking at my computer where it says it's 34 degrees outside. Well,
we'll see.
it's only going to get colder, so I better go now.
Yeah, right. There's got to be a ton of good stuff around Portland, yeah? Good
Yeah,
vibes?
that's what's still fun about it up here is that, I took mostly all summer off from comedy because I was like, well, no, that's the great thing about Oregon is summertime and all the activities and how beautiful everything is. And, I'm definitely guilty of telling myself I'm going to do something and then never doing it. And how many people in your life do you know, or you listen to older relatives like, oh, I wish I would have done this when I had the chance. I wish I would I'm really taking that stuff to heart and trying to be better about it. I'm still not great. I still, motivating myself is tough, especially when you're gone. Especially when you're on the road all the time. I get home, I got these cats here. I'm like, I'll get out eventually.
It's so nice. It's so easy to be in with the cats and just hang out. You're in, it's cold, it's dark. What am I doing going out?
Yeah, I got these guys here, but so I'll get out there and do some stuff. There's so many amenities in Oregon.
Right.
I've been kayaking and hiking and bike riding and all that stuff. And my exercise has to be also entertaining for me to want to do it. So
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of, I get that. I think motivation is kind of bullshit in a way. It's just like, you just do it. Sorry about motivation not being there. You know, it's like, you just got to do the thing you don't want to do sometimes. Are you like a sports guy? Have you ever been competitive? Have you played pickleball?
No, I know people are got real hard-ons about pickleball these days. I know it's like a more controlled version of tennis. I was always bad at tennis because I just wanted to hit the ball as hard as I could. I have no desire to control it and keep it within the court.
Well, I think pickleball might be the antidote for that because you can just whack those things. I see people taking it out on the pickleballs. They're like 70-year-olds swinging with all their shoulder force.
I've seen the courts pop up everywhere. I know it's the hot ticket. What about a climbing gym? You do a climbing gym yet?
I think I've done a climbing gym. There's two on a corner in Eugene, so it's situated closely. But I've never done the climbs. Are you?
No, I was picking up Chinese food Friday night when I got home, and there's a climbing gym next door. I poked my head in, see what it's all about.
What's that? What's going on in there, guys? What are we doing?
So that's all you do is you just climb. You just climb and fall.
They
don't even have the ropes. They're like, yeah, we don't have ropes. You just fall. I kind of like that. Whatever insurance you have is like, yeah, let them fall. That's fine.
That's it. That's the deal. You come in, you signed the waivers. You know what you got yourself into.
So I might go mess with that one soon.
Yeah, it's getting those forearms. One of the greatest indicators of a long and healthy life is a strong grip strength. I like to tell people that, because it's an easy thing we can all work on.
Really?
Really, yeah. I have a little squeezy ball, like a circular rubber thing that I take out for mics, like just to squeeze in my pocket when I'm talking to people or whatever. It's just kind of a little anxious thing. And
I'm sure that puts everyone at ease.
I'm in my pocket just squeezing, just gripping tightly.
I think it would almost be better if your hand's not in your pocket, so people at least know what's happening there.
I'm like, what are you doing, Rudy? This is not making anything better.
Grip strength? I mean, it's indicative, or like, what if you just work on your grip strength, but everything else goes to shit?
I mean, that's better than nothing. And I mean, do you ever meet someone with like a sturdy handshake who has no other strength? Like a strong 65-year-old man?
It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is indicative. Well, what about, I was told that I was losing bone mass in my spine. What's that? What's going on with that? I have to start powerlifting?
You should start some kind of strength training. Yeah. Hi, buddy. Well, that's
by lifting this guy up.
That's a great start. Yeah, Pep. Hey, little peepos.
Look at this freaking guy.
Look at that freaking guy and his eyeballs. Oh my gosh, he's on the pod.
He is.
Oh my gosh, dreams.
My two little boys. Yeah.
I love
sorry to interrupt with Kay.
No, I will talk. I've also thought about making this a cat podcast. I mean, it's pretty close as is. Oh my gosh, two boys. It's got to feel good. Or is it like, are you getting yourself into shit that you didn't think you were gonna get into, or are you like, oh, I'm deep into the cat daddom, I love it?
I mean, this was inevitable because I mean we had Dirt Nap and that whole saga, and then Rachel was up here. Yeah, R.I.P. Lil D. We have because we have an apartment in L.A. So Rachel lives mostly in L.A. I live mostly here, but we go back and forth.
Nice.
And she was visiting in October. I'm like, I just want to go look at these cats. And within 10 minutes, I was signing the papers on this guy and his buddy.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm like, well, give me a bonded pair, so when I'm not around, they can keep each other company.
Yeah,
they just bite each other's faces.
That's so. Yeah, no, that's the way to do it. Is to get 2 cats, and then you can't ever stop.
Yeah,
you're like, I'm cat forever.
Like that, it's like basically a green screen. With eyes.
Yeah, it really is. All we see is Toothless in there. Huh?
It looks like the poster from Cats. At night, it's just eyes.
It's just there on your chest. You wake up and there's these 2 cats. Do they fight for lap time?
No, they're pretty. They're good fellas. They brawl once in a while. Yeah, they'll brawl. Be a couple of buddies and brother. They're not siblings. They're 3 and 5, but they're a bonded pair. And I got them from the cat adoption team. I'll shout out cat adoption team in Sherwood, Oregon.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I wanted an adult cat or a bonded pair because I didn't want kittens and I wanted some guys that could be friends. And these guys are buddies. Find them curling up together.
That's so sweet. You come home, you see 2 cats cuddling. You're like, oh, this is what we play the game for.
They're both black cats. Half the time I'm in bed. I don't know which one I'm petting if there's both there because it's just at night. And it's just this absorbent mass, this light absorbent mass.
Just put someone in your armpit, someone in your crotch,
Yep. Yep. Just fucking up the house. So it's a pretty good vibe over here right now.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. I'll give you a call next time I'm around. I'll meet the boys.
Now I got the cats. The cats will lure you in.
Yeah, no. I mean, cats are like, I will do a lot for cats. I'll go out of my way for cats. I'm like, yeah, I'll cross 3 straight lines to see my friend's new cat. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm always petting them in the street, trying to lure them over just to be friends.
I mean, that's one of my great joys is to cat around the neighborhood. Just wander around, see a rando, and make the eyes. See if there's a love connection.
Yeah. This is, we can try and introduce the other one. He's not big on being picked up, but.
Let's see what he's feeling a little friendly, a little social.
This is Elwood.
Elwood.
And Elwood hasn't made a single sound the entire time I've had him.
Oh, wow. Hey, El. How you doing? You're a little shy, huh, bud? No. Wasn't for him.
No, but Elwood's, boy, a couple of softies just talking about their cats.
There it is. Well, you were talking about your soft bones. Your
sorry.
density.
I don't know. I've been going to the doctor for stuff this year.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, I can do that. Now let's do that part of being an adult is going to the doctor and making sure your shit's dialed in. And they did some MR. Yeah, they're like, you're losing bone density in your spine. Like, wait, what?
That happens as we age. Our testosterone gets lower, starting at about right now, age 40. And one of the best ways to increase bone density is by strength training. Lifting doesn't have to be constant, just kind of 1 to 3 times a week, getting stronger.
Okay, so I'm not past the point of no return.
Absolutely not. No way.
What lifting? I know that's popular now as people posting the videos of them. The angle's always like down here and it's them dropping the thing and it rattles the whole room.
Even the big comics are doing some power cleans and shit like this. You're seeing folks doing it all the time. I say if everybody could lift 1 to 3 times a week, the world would be a better place in so many ways. So many problems would be reduced. Okay. And we'd feel so much better. So like full body strength training workouts based around, if we're getting into the nitty gritty, how I like to train people is based around primary motion patterns, a push, a pull, a squat, a hinge, a lunge, this kind of stuff. 2 to 3 sets 8 to 15 reps per. It's getting harder, around 8 or 10 repetitions in those sets.
Okay.
And then just kind of working to get progressively stronger over time, either by adding weight or adding repetitions. So like that's a lot of information chucked out at once, but those are kind of the basics that I try to build around
Well, okay,
programs.
You're an official personal trainer now.
Personal trainer. I got
certified. Yeah, certified.
Yeah.
Now, would you suggest, okay, for somebody like me, I don't have a home gym. I don't have anything like that. I feel like it's so easy to buy the stuff thinking it's going to motivate you. And then, I don't know, I could pan around this room full of musical instruments I can't play.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so to go to a gym, for somebody that's not motivated, how do you get to past that point? Like, you can assign the exercises, but how do you assign the mental wherewithal?
Right. I mean, like I was saying earlier, it's not even about, you just do it. First step is getting in there. Get whatever you need to do to start. And maybe it's getting that gym membership. Maybe it's getting in the door. Or if you don't want to do that, you're at home, you got no equipment. My go-to is 10 squats, 10 push-ups, and just do that for as many rounds as you can. You can do it in any place. You can do it at, the hotel before a show. Do 10 squats, do 10 push-ups, couple rounds of that, take your shower, and hop on stage, and you'll have more energy.
I do the push-ups, squats, just straight up like
body weight. You don't need anything fancy. Squats or lunges are a great exercise as well to work on flexibility and balance in addition to strength. But I find a squat that you like. You could even have a weight in front of you, do kind of a goblet squat. I love the goblet squat. I'm a big fan of that. Because you got some kettlebells, you can hold them in front of you. I like the front-loaded squats because it engages your core a lot more. And most of the time, most people aren't trying to put 200 pounds on their back and squat heavy weights or whatever. Like, we don't need that for the most part. But we do want strong legs. We do want muscles that can move us around over time.
Yeah.
And so, like, the go-to, if you don't know where to start and want to start with strength training, push-ups and squats, wherever you are. You could push-ups and squats. And then if you want to get wild, you can throw in a plank. You can throw in a march. You can throw in something for core as well. So what's
your take on burpees?
Hate burpees. Not a burpee guy. It's just a bunch of movement. I think because people see how much you move when you're doing burpees, I don't like how jarring they can be.
Yeah, it's real frantic.
Yeah, you're like, I got to, and you got to remember like 10 things in a row to be able to do
it's like fucking up a competition dance.
Yeah.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, you're an Australian break dancer out there. It's not fun. But if you can do it in a way that's like comfortable for your joints, there's nothing wrong with like a push-up and a squat and a jump.
Right on. So there was a little bit about how Kyle gets going for a workout. That was me and Kyle talking about what he can do to fight against the battle of bone density deterioration. Strength training, baby. You want to fight that battle? You get some bad news from the doc. They're saying you're on the verge of osteoporosis, osteopenia. We don't want that osteopenia. Lift some weights. Do some strength training. Doing that stuff that can increase, maintain, or maybe even reverse. It has the potential to reverse the impacts, the effects of bone density reduction, spinal density loss. So work out. Get that stuff. It helps your posture, reduces kyphosis, enhances balance and fall prevention, all this kind of stuff. So make sure that you are strength training. Pumping some iron, right, girl? Are you doing some strength training, girl? My girl wanted to say hello. She saw Kyle's cats come on board, so she said, "You got cats, Dad? I'm your cat." And she's right. She's right. So hopefully, if you don't know where to start and you want to get started doing some workouts, it's never too late. Most of my clients are in their 60s. Kyle's a spring chicken compared to most of my clients. So if you want help figuring out what to do for a workout, I gave you some options just there. Push-ups and squats. Gradually get stronger, gradually do more, gradually increase the resistance over time, slowly. You don't go from 0 to 100 in one night. So be careful with that. And when you do it, it'll help. It'll help you feel better. It'll do you right. Next clip that we're gonna check out, it's Kyle talking about some of the ways that he does get motivated to work out. So let's listen in and hear how this guy gets amped to get jacked,
with Rudy
or something like
Tybersi.
that.
Well, and I grew up, as far as like the exercise and everything, it was viewed as almost vanity to want to get in shape. You know, that I don't follow. It's Midwestern, like the idea of you would maybe some people played a sport and the side effect was, but you like the sport or whatever. But to the fact that to just go to the gym and stay in shape, it's like, oh, that's somebody's thing. It was it was. And the way I perceived it is always more of a big deal than like, oh, here's just part of life. Here's part of maintenance.
Yeah.
To just stay healthy. It was always like, oh, he's a gym guy. He likes to go to the gym. He likes to work out. It's like, no, that's just part of what should be part of your regular existence for health. Whereas it's not like, oh, this guy likes to go to the doctor every 6 months to get a checkup. He's got like a fetish. Like, no, you would just do that because that's part of life. Well, this guy's really into the dentist. He goes like once a year.
He goes to the dentist yearly?
Just the dentist to look at, like, if you said it the same way about people that go to the gym just to take care of themselves.
Right.
It's like, no, this is it's not normal. It wasn't normalized.
Right.
When I grew up, that like physically just maintaining yourself, not trying to get all super. I went and saw I started comedy with Kumail Nanjiani. So I went and saw him last night, and he's still fully fucking adventured out. And it's like, oh, we were all comedy shaped. Yeah. And now you're this. Now you're this.
Now you're Marvel shaped.
But he was talking about, like, it took 1 year of intense training to get to that place of just diet and exercise every day. Yeah. To get to there. Not like, oh, I have a job and I can do this part-time or anything. That's what it takes to become that person. So now he's like, I have a gym in my house. He's like, I like this. I like maintaining this, but it's harnesses all his neuroses and paranoias into a thing.
100%.
So
it's such a nice way to focus all of those things. Like I've always said, for me, you know, having been diagnosed later in life with depression and stuff like that, it's like, oh, the reason I think I haven't let it beat me down is because of working out. Like, what do I do when I'm sad? What do I do when I'm happy? What do I do when I have nothing to do? It's go to the gym, or it's work out somehow. And it's just a great use of my time and way to focus my energies.
That's how we got that gym membership. Is the first winter we were here in Beaverton, and I told Rachel we were on a hike after Thanksgiving. So it was exactly 4 years ago. And we were walking around. We had a nice Thanksgiving, but even though it was pandemic, we were doing well and we were happy and we were on a hike. I'm like, everything's fine and I'm sad and I can't. I'm like, there's nothing I can point to. It's like, yeah, it's winter here. I was in LA for 17 years. I forgot that I got that way for winter. And so she's like, I got us signed up at the gym.
Love it.
That was the health club that was 3 blocks away. And that was the thing. Like, if I'm sitting around being bummed out, we have no reason not to go. It's 3 blocks, no matter what the weather is. Go in there, walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes and then go sit in the sauna. But just do something, and realizing how much that is tied to feeling good. Not getting in shape, getting ripped. Am I attracted? Just sweating out demons, man. Sweating out bad ideas. So I'm gonna go do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that today.
Hell yeah. If that's what I want, if people would focus on that aspect of working out, I think a lot more people would work out, because you feel better afterwards. You even feel better while you're doing it. If you like kind of at least know what you're doing. You're like, oh, my body gets to do this. I'm like, I get to like move my fingers around. I get to like wiggle my body. And then when you can add some form of like growth into that, it doesn't get much better for me. Like I'm one of those weird. I'm like a meathead who also just wants to stay home and pet cats after I've been lifting all day.
My cousin is a physical therapist, personal trainer, and I would say not that he labeled himself that, but motivational speaker. But he's also just a complete surf bro.
Yeah.
But so to hear it not like, oh, let's go, but like, yeah, dude, man, oh, shred it, dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked that you're trying to feel better with some exercise. And I respond so much better to more positively to that kind of attitude than like, oh, get another one. Let's do it. Yeah. Like, yes. And to exercise at home, you know, people might feel intimidated if they never do it before. Like, don't bother me. I'm going to my room to exercise. But then they go to the gym. It can be intimidating because of all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we said, all the crazy people there. What are you going to do? Some push-ups real quick?
Yeah, just look
at that. Look who had to get in there.
Girl. Here's my gal.
I thought maybe just in talking about it, you had to bust out like 10.
Right on. Great to hear how physical icon Kyle Kinane feels about health, getting in shape, what it takes, what he responds to, and what he doesn't. But now we're going to switch to comedy and go to one of my favorite questions of each of the podcast interviews that I've done, which is asking him what kind of lessons he's learned as a comic, what he might tell his younger self. And he gets into some cool stuff, talking about what he thinks he might have been instead of actually funny. Let's check it out.
That's the other part of the podcast that I like, is like meeting people and having conversations. And it's like, it's a fun medium to be doing. I don't know if it's fun to listen to, though. I hear people like it.
Well, it's interesting. I think the first podcaster to acknowledge. I saw it was a Hard Times article. That was the thing I was already saying, and then the Hard Times had a headline. It's like, I think there should be a waiting period on podcast equipment the same way there is for guns.
You have to pass a background check.
Yeah, and then the Hard Times had a headline. I'm like, are we? But I think it's an easy joke to make, but
right.
But again, it's like, is there any harm in the fact outside of the? I do wonder how many server farms are filled with just abandoned selfies and podcasts nobody listens to. Like, there is a physical repercussion to this digital.
Oh man!
This digital vomiting that we all partake in every day. There are dead satellites floating around the earth.
Just $1 billion of equipment up in space, filled with pictures.
There's a Queeby satellite somewhere, I'm sure, just bumping into stuff
next to Freebie. Not doing well.
just dead satellites, just abandoned SM-78 microphones. There still are physical server farms. To make sure this exists. Right. And I would love to know how much of that is just excess photos that are stored on phones in the cloud. The cloud is physical somewhere. It's physically somewhere.
It's got to take up some kind of space. Like, I don't understand how it can't. Like, it's just filled with little billions and trillions of pictures of my cats is what it's filled with.
Alone, I feel my phone is heavier because of cat pictures.
I need to
feel physical weight to it.
I had to get a new plan. I got 4 cats. They're like, you need a different plan, buddy.
You need a cat plan.
Yeah,
you need a very specific cat plan. I sure do. You're a hot chick. You need hot chick selfie plan. I need cat plan.
I need the cat plan. Here we go. Well, I like I said, I do appreciate your time so much, dude. And as we kind of move towards past an hour, the question I often ask is lame, but it's one of those questions that I like. Not only do I like body swaps, I like time travel movies. And this is the version of that question, which is, what would you tell your younger self? Like younger comedy Kyle, like what lessons do you wish you'd learned earlier?
Oh, you mean the cringe-inducing memories that keep me awake every night?
It could be those, yeah.
I know, because I have thought about this. Like, the era that I thought I was funny, I was just loud. I was just drunk and I was loud. And I was like, everybody thinks I'm funny. It's like, well, you're not giving them a chance to listen to anything else. I think I could have... And it was just desperate. It was all just desperate suburban white kid wishing he was anything else,
Mm.
and I think it's again, it's, wisdom, hindsight, 2020. It's I think I could have taken it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But I think I was just so desperate to prove that I was something different, that I was really loud. I mistook being obnoxious for being funny.
Mm.
And now, I mean, comedy now is like, oh, now I get the attention. Now I don't want it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like Rachel can't understand why I don't care about my birthday.
Oh.
You could do something for your birthday. I'm like, we don't. My birthday is every Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
Where people laugh at me and I get to feel like the belle of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't need that attention anywhere. And I think about before, when you're trying to make it and I got to do something to stand out. I got to be even not with just comedy, but just, thinking of a little suburban punk rock rugrat, but I got to be the loud one at the shows. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty desperate. And man, do I have eternal thanks that I was not the presence of like how everything's documented now, which I think that's echoed with everybody. Like, thank God
Middle schoolers
that wasn't
now?
there. Well, I think they're moving away. I was talking to somebody in their 20s, like, yeah, not a lot of people get drunk because now it's just documented. Be like, oh, you look pretty sloppy last night.
Mm.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I just stayed immature for a long time. But also, I think that's what gave me this kind of naive hope that I could get what I wanted out of the world before just giving in and getting a job. And like, dreams are stupid. Dreams are for kids. Once you're 19, get rid of those dreams. Like, I'm glad I was immature enough to pursue them, and then mature enough to focus when it counted to make it work. It still took too long. I'm sure I had opportunities early in my career that I pissed away.
Right.
And so I'm glad I didn't blow it entirely to get to where I'm at. But I think
for sure. Do you think that there's a part of that like loud mouth Kyle that is kind of like needed to push past and get towards that other part where you're like, oh, that was kind of stupid and that's not exactly who I am or who I want to be?
I think it's, well, I said to put your money where your mouth is. Like, oh, loudmouth Kyle thinks he's funny. Okay, here's stand-up. Prove it, as opposed to if you just, oh, I think I'm funny. Nobody's forcing you to prove it. You're not held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was kind of harnessing this need for attention,
right?
In a more constructive, well, I mean, that's subjective, constructive environment. I don't know if stand-up. I don't know if hanging out in bars every night for however many years was constructive, but at least I was doing something in those bars instead of just being in the bars.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like there's so many ways to like, gloss over how much we're drinking or how much damage we're doing to our bodies and stuff as comedians.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, okay, well, how do we find the balance then? What's the balance of it all? So, hi there. Yeah. I hear your friend.
Yeah,
hi.
Somebody got fed, but
Pete's coming back. There we go. Oh my gosh, that is a meow. Hey, bud.
Sorry.
Ready for Levensies? Second breakfast?
We get fed twice a day, and then we get our Temptations treats, and we have our little hard feeder out there.
Oh yeah.
So we have gotten plump now that we've moved in to this house, and we're trying to get even more plump.
Plump.
Yes.
Plump it up, buddy. Are they inside boys?
Yeah, I let this one wander around outside a little bit when I'm out there, but he didn't go far.
Yeah, nice.
He gets a little skittish by the wind and the sounds. And little precious indoor babies, little carpet princesses.
Oh yeah, that's the guys. I love it.
Look at these eyes. You can't even see anything else.
He's stuck in your shirt. Ah!
I love them so much.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Real. Oh yeah, like I think I got that poop disease where they take over your brain.
Oh my gosh, are your legs covered in scratches? Even with stuff over them, I'm like just constantly cat scratch guy.
No, they're pretty good about not thrashing stuff
That's
too much. The hand, if I'm roughhousing, my hands will get a little scratched, but they're gentle boys.
That's nice. You know, a couple of sweeties.
As you can see, yeah.
There he is. Hi, guy. Nice. Well, Kyle, thanks for hanging out this morning, dude. Look at that guy.
Get a little peeps.
Hi, Toothless. Hi, guy. How?
Look at show them teeth. Show them teeth, buddy.
Choppers, buddy.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that is straight up cat. Love them. I've had so many good black cats.
Gotta have that cat action in there, buddy. You know.
Heck yeah, that'll be the next pod is cat stuff. Yeah. Nice. Right on, Kyle. Yeah, thanks again for hanging out today, dude. That was
good to catch up. Yeah, hopefully I'm down there. Let's see if Jeff's passing through at the same time. Maybe I can get out there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to have a little hang or whatever. Let me know. Yeah, hit me up also if ever you want to do stuff, whatever. Let me know.
Oh, yeah, this is a personal conversation that we're doing on the podcast now.
Yeah.
Anyway, give me a call.
Give me a call, man. I'm around. Yeah, if people want to find out more about Kyle Kinane, where should they go?
KyleKinane.com or my Instagram. It's the only social media that I participate in.
And he's still stoked to be there. So...
necessary evils of the world.
Yeah, and the Lord algorithm gives and takes us away.
Well, we got cats. That should help this episode.
Absolutely. Those are
cats.
Those are big on the algos these days. So
yeah.
Right on. Well, Kyle, enjoy friggin' December. Your birthday month. You got so much time to celebrate your birthday.
I won't, and I'm not gonna.
Right on.
I'm gonna let that day go by like any other day. That's fine, and it's okay.
And that's okay. I love it. And I love you, my man. Thank you for stopping by. Buddy. Thank you, Kyle. And yeah, we'll talk soon, okay?
You got it.
Ciao.
Right on. How delightful was that? Catching up with my pal Kyle Kinane, sharing some wisdom about life, comedy, health, and cats. How can you not love cats? What kind of world would this be if you didn't love cats? I'm excited to share that joy with him and Jeff, as we alluded to in that. So I guess, podcast becomes reality. So hope you are doing something with people you appreciate this month, week, day, moment. And let me know if you got any questions about working out, about hanging out, about being just a cool freaking version of yourself. And don't forget to check out shows this week at Olsen Run Comedy Club, Friday and Saturday, and then also Saturday at Sam Bond's. It's going to be fun. Excited for the week ahead. Hope you are too. Hope you slay something today. Make it happen. Put something out there. Zip it out. Flop it out. Whoa, sorry about that. Just have a good one. Be happy. Do something. Wiggle around. Happy Memorial Day week. I hope you enjoyed your 4-day week if you got one. And if you don't got one, that's okay too. Thanks for being you. We're rolling on forward. Let's keep doing it. See you next time.
Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Not jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. With Rudy Tybersi.
For somebody that's not motivated, how do you get to past that point? Like, you can assign the exercises, but how do you assign the mental wherewithal